We are, of course, on Wednesdays playing Tomb of Annihilation. I'm your host and DM for tonight, Cloaking Device. With me tonight, I have Bunsen playing Knock.
I got a chair with a lumbar support pillow. I still have no idea where I'm supposed to put the pillow.
We've got Laura Lynn playing Nahorn.
Yep.
And we have Greg playing Glim Garrick.
Hello.
Dakota and Lyra are not with us today. But
Dakota, who plays Lyra.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
But if necessary, her character can intervene as an NPC. But I don't think it will be incredibly necessary. I guess we'll find out.
No offense to Lyra, but I don't think Lyra is exactly the brains of the group. So that won't matter too much about solving puzzles.
This is fair. Anyway, where we left off, we were still in the middle of your combat puzzle in Shigambi's Shrine.
The Earth Warriors, I mean Clay Gladiators.
Yes, against Clay Gladiators. And we did go ahead and stop at the end of initiative order. So we are back to the top.
Woo.
With number 1, who has an arrow for... Oh, because it was targeting Lyra, that's why. Stop that. There we go. Who comes out of its cell and finds that... having seen the one who did make its way to the middle climb up on the wall and over the top, mimics the same action, and finds itself there, prevented from entering the room by the sheer number of bodies already inside.
Wait, climbed over Glim?
Yes, it climbed on the wall like a bug.
Huh. Suddenly these are like spider warriors?
Less suddenly and more, didn't have the opportunity to before. But...
Huh.
I mean, they disintegrate into the ground, so I'm guessing that they can sort of mesh with the walls and stuff to climb on them.
I'm also 3 feet tall. It's not hard to step over me.
True.
Also true.
That's fair.
I think Nahorn could do it.
But having not seen any actual combat occur recently, that one simply moves forward, sees Nahorn there in the pit. Give me my token there. There we go. And is going to take a few stabs with its spear.
Catch it.
It's going to hit you the first time.
You caught it with your tendons.
10.
Yeah, my bones.
Ooh. It's going to miss you the second time.
Oh, thank God.
And hit you for... Oh, no. Okay, so Nahorn is now a little bit unconscious.
A little bit. Just dying.
Just
it's
a little
fine.
bit, you know.
Cool.
Right? Oh, look, it's going to automatically roll your save. So you succeeded.
Oh, thank God.
I did not know it was going to automatically do that, but as soon as we moved on to your turn...
It makes sense. So, I guess that's the end of my turn as well.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything you can do while asleep.
So... Lyra recalls the one that's in the center there, having banged its spear against its shield and challenged her to a fight.
Oh, I thought it challenged me.
I think it was just challenging the general group.
No.
But
Dayhard was going to engage if I didn't pass out, so.
Lyra's going to step forward and make a couple attacks. The second one hits, shattering the clay gladiator into all sorts of little bits. Could we not with the... this map is... Some of the spots that they put the walls that I can open are making it difficult to grab this token. There we go. So the clay gladiator that Lyra just struck shatters into thousands of pieces, dissolves into the ground, and reforms back in its cell, however leaves the spear behind.
Oh.
That's cool, but one of us is dying.
That is true. And then let's see here. I don't think that's a bonus action, but I'm gonna do it anyway. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not a bonus action. And then Lyra's going to look over at Nahorn and notice that things are not as they should be. And
her liver is? I forget.
His.
Nahorn?
yeah,
Nahorn Heath.
Okay. Notices that Nahorn's liver is across the floor.
so Lyra's...
I'm 7 foot long instead of 7 foot tall.
Oh my.
Lyra is going to kneel down at Nahorn's side and expend some of her lay on hands pool.
I think that is a bonus action, actually.
Is it? You might be
I
right.
think so.
No, it is an action, but that's fine.
Oh.
It's a bonus action when I'm running it right now, because...
Yeah, DM gets to do whatever the heck he wants.
Now it's my character! Oh. Anyway, so, Nahorn, you are no longer unconscious, if I can figure out how to turn off this thing.
Try right-clicking it. Try right-clicking the token. You might have an option to remove status.
Oh, nope. Rotation.
I can delete the token.
Right? I'm not sure why when I applied healing to it, to Nahorn.
To remove an effect from yourself or another creature in the combat tracker, simply make an effect with the tag... What? No, that's from 4 years ago. That can't be right.
Attributes, no. Aha, here we go. Found it. Got it.
Yay!
Alright. So you are back up with a portion of your health. And we are at Nox's turn.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So, I assume I've been looking down this whole time, and I saw that the spear remains.
Yeah, you'd be able to see the spear through the grate.
I'm going to call out to the others through the grate. I think they don't dissolve with their spear if they die in that arena there. And also, do I have one? Because it's diagonal, it's kind of hard to say. Do I have line of sight on that?
Yes, but it'd be difficult because Nahorn is enormous.
You want to step to the side, maybe?
Actually, well, I guess Nahorn is still kind of like awake, but laying on the ground. So
Yeah, I'd probably be. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to stand up because it hasn't been my turn
yeah.
yet.
So
I'm so
yeah,
firm.
you do have good line of sight on that one, despite
Actually-
Nahorn's size.
I don't know if allies block enemies technically. Do I? D&D, do allies block enemies? What happens to an ally when shooting an enemy? Okay, so basically it looks like that's just up to them.
Yeah, and typically with normal sized characters, I would allow that an archer is really good enough to miss their ally.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Nahorn is enormous. So,
Right. But given the awkward line of sight from above, would you say that it has like quarter cover or half cover or something?
yeah, quarter cover probably.
Okay. How does that affect the roll again?
That'd be -2.
-2. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to shoot. I want to shoot. Target that. And does this kind of sneak attack? Because technically flanked by one of my allies.
Yeah, technically flanked. She is back awake. Sorry, Nahorn's a he.
All right. Oh, this is -2 though, right?
Yeah.
All right. That is a 23 to hit.
All right. So your arrow flies true exactly where you were aiming.
Sweet.
But the gladiator, as it shatters into
Oh,
thousands
I don't
of...
even roll damage?
They're all... You can, I suppose, but they've all been... I don't know if you've noticed, but they don't particularly have a lot of HP for this
Apparently, it's only
particular...
wounded from that.
Well, that's because I'm running this differently than the book says. But
Okay. I like rolling dice.
that's fair. You're totally allowed to roll dice. Anyway.
Check this out. Bam. Another dice. Anyway, continue.
The gladiator shatters into its requisite pieces, and having only been standing in the doorway,
Didn't count.
melts and reforms back in its cell with its spear in hand.
To be fair, I just wanted to make sure Nahorn didn't get just totally fucked there.
That's fair. Anything else? Because I know you have bonus actions.
Not much I can do with it, I think. But I am going to call out to the others to throw up the spear down there. And then I'll admit it.
That one can go.
Because I can spend my reaction to catch it, right?
Yeah, you'd be able to spend your reaction to catch it.
Alright,
All
in
right.
that case.
Oh, oops. Okay, so we're actually on 12, because we both clicked the button.
Yeah.
And number 12 is standing there right next to Glim. And is going to... Well, and I'm just clicking all the wrong buttons.
For shame.
Alright. Well, let's roll the die. That is going to stab and miss. Stab and miss. And stab and miss. Alright then. So we are at number 3. Who is...
Frickin'... Oh, okay, 3 is the one that is no longer on the map. Because
it was dispatched, and its spear is... I don't know why it doesn't delete it out of the tracker when I delete the token. That's annoying. And number 6 is currently blocked into its open cell by number 12. So we are at Glem's turn.
Okay.
I think technically allied stuff don't technically block each other. Just as an aside.
Well,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
the space is big enough they can move past.
It's up to
They just
the game
can't
can do whatever he
occupy
wants,
the same space.
Honestly, I'm just trying to get y'all through this puzzle at this point. We spent all of last session on it.
Fair.
That's fair. Well, as he is swung
well,
at,
not only did we spend all of last session, but I'm fairly confident that you know the answer now, so...
Well, yeah, Nock literally shouted it.
Yeah,
I'm
well, you
pretty
know,
sure.
there's that.
So as the attacks bounce off of him, Glim laughs a sort of maniacal sort of thing. Meet the power of dwarven craftsmanship and gnomish ingenuity.
I'm now imagining him to speak like the pirate's tale.
And I'm gonna back up to here.
It's for some reason that confirmation is on for moving, and I don't know why. I had to click to allow you to make that
Why
move.
do I have log?
Why do you have what now?
What is this? There's like a log just showed up in the corner. Fucking things. Oh, there. Nope. Okay, now it's gone. Okay. So, yes, I am next to Nahorn. Again, the little syringe is going to pop out of his left gauntlet. She's going to get a sharp poke and feel magical healing energy surging through her body.
And receive the COVID vaccine.
Yep.
Please and thank
Casting
you.
Cure Wounds. And
A fat one.
nothing helpful.
I don't know how to edit this.
So that's
Hold
5
control
total?
and use the mouse wheel.
Yes.
Control and what?
I got you.
Hold control and do
There.
and you can scroll the mouse wheel on over the wound number.
I had 25 before.
Oh, no,
didn't
it's-
Yeah,
Oh,
because I already did
I
it.
think.
I just manually.
I? Okay, no. I just can't read the numbers from this far away. That's all.
Oh. It's understandable, you know. Eyes are a thing that are necessary for seeing,
Yeah.
and they can be
I-
they can be finicky little bastards.
I don't sit in a normal like computer and desk.
Yeah, you use a TV
my-
screen, right?
Yeah, my computer is my TV, so like I'm like 10 feet away from my screen.
Oh, nice.
Same here.
Anyway, you have anything else, Glim?
No, I think I'm good for that one.
All right. To the top of the order, with number 1, who is locked in its cell. So we are at
Nice.
Nahorn.
Well, I'm gonna stand up.
Good start.
I wince a bit in pain. Little
From the
sore
needle,
still. I
not
might be
from the
alive,
attack.
but it's a little hurt.
Yeah, I imagine
Especially from the little needle. The
yeah, I
little
imagine
needle
that
was
hurt more than the attack.
And keep
The reason
in
it healed
mind,
so little is because it dealt damage itself.
keep in mind how tall he is and where he must be poking you.
Well, I was prone, so
Oh, all right, that's fair. Probably was
so
getting Lyra in the back
we
of the knee.
have discovered this thing
The solution.
that
yeah.
Yeah, the solution, that's what it is. I am not going to go into the hallway to get my ass handed to me even more. In fact, I am even going to take a step further back. I think. Did that work? Or do you have to, like, confirm it? What is happening?
It's still got that confirmation on it. I wish I could just turn it
Yeah.
off, but
Okay, there we go. So I'm taking a step back further. I think I still have Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
yeah, you would.
And then we have to let that one back out of its cage. But don't we have to press the button twice? Or no, that just makes them all go back in and reopens the doors. I forget. But either way, I'm gonna take 1 foot and press on the pressure plate in the center.
Isn't the one in the cage the one we got the spear from?
No, because the one that killed me,
Okay.
All right.
you put down. It was put
So-
down while I was standing over my dying body.
So as you step on the pressure plate, the one that was in the hallway disintegrates and reforms in the cell. All of the cell doors then open up. But
Does the spear
still
already...
the spear that's on the ground at your feet remains.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for
Okay.
someone to throw it up.
With the last thing, I guess the last thing I'll do is grab the spear and toss it upwards.
Do I have to roll to catch?
Do I have to roll the throw?
Why don't we... Let's do an athletics check for the throw and a
Acrobatics?
dex or acrobatics for the catch.
Acrobatics, sweet. Here we go. That is a 5, that turns into a 16.
Alright, yeah, both of you got over 10, so we'll call that a successful transfer of the spear up through the grate.
By the way, Cloak, I believe I sent you how to turn off move confirm.
Ah. Let's see here. I don't know where that menu is, though, is the biggest problem.
It's on the right side of the window. You have to have it in play mode, which you probably already do.
I don't see that menu at all.
If
So-
the map is locked, you might have to unlock it first. This is the lock.
Ah.
That do it?
Yep, there we go. Cool.
Sweet.
And should be off now.
Yep.
Alright, good.
So,
Thank you.
I got the spear. Yep.
You have a spear. And it is... It's Lyra's turn, who looks around at everybody and just kind of shrugs.
Not much to do right now.
And Knock, you are up.
I'm going to holster the spear into the hands of the statue.
As you slip the spear into the hands of the statue, you notice the grip that the statue has kind of tighten around the spear. And you find that after a certain point, it becomes very difficult to move the spear any
Sweet.
further.
Alright. I will then move over here and prepare to catch the next spear.
Alright. And number 12, that's this one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to run in. The first target it will see is Lyra, actually. Glim is very small and around the corner.
Really should have prepared an attack, shouldn't I? Oops.
I really wish they hadn't. Struggling to... There we go. Target Lyra. And... it's going to miss its first attack. Stab again and miss its second attack. And, well, the dice either hate me or love you tonight.
Well, they hated me tonight.
So, number 6 is going to come and make its way to where the party is. Also targeting Lyra. That one will hit. Well, my damage dice are really rude tonight. When they're hitting... oh. Lyra, you might have a problem here shortly. Yes, that would be a problem, in fact. But it finds itself unable to use its third attack, as it's kind of blocked off by... Glim, you're up. I think we might have lost him.
Hello.
Not again.
Well then, we'll just I'll sit here and have a sip of beer while we wait for Greg to notice that nothing is happening in the chat.
This show is sponsored. Breathing. Do it.
Water. Drink water.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated.
This show sponsored by
meds.
our Hydro homies.
Drink it.
Also sponsored by... Thank God Inauguration Day was a thing.
Oh my gosh. We watched it at work. Like we have like a tablet to fulfill orders on set up, and we just like opened up the internet and had it playing at work.
I'm so
like,
glad.
11 to like 1 are like really slow hours. So like, yeah. We just
I'm
like,
so
all right,
glad
tune in.
to... Oh, sorry. Continue.
No, you're good. That was the end of my sentence.
Oh. I predicted it just a half second.
I mean, depending on how you want to look at it, today was the end of all of our sentences.
Oh.
Hello.
You hear me now?
Hey, there's
Yay!
Greg.
Hey,
I don't know what that was. I could hear you all the whole time. I was My settings were fine. I just had to exit and go back in.
Oh, weird.
Happens
All right,
sometimes.
It does happen.
Saying this for the third time now. The knuckles of Glim's gauntlets are going to glow a pale yellow, and he is going to swing his fist on the golem directly in front of him.
That's some brass knuckles.
All right, +7 is.
That will certainly do the job.
Nope.
So the one in front of Glim, your
Yes.
your glowing yellow gauntlet, where you can feel
3
free
plus
to
4 is 7.
you can feel free to give me a description of the hit if you would like.
So with the hand not holding the shield, the gauntlet glows up, and he basically pulls back in a haymaker and swings hard, connecting directly into its... How tall are these?
Probably about 6 foot. So,
So is he?
you
I
could,
think he's junk height.
yeah, I think you're about junk height on these if they were, not, if they were actually living.
Yeah, so I guess he punches it in the Ken doll space.
So your gauntlet pulls back in a haymaker. You punch it in the Ken doll hole, and it shatters into thousands of pieces, leaving its spear behind.
Wait. Oh.
Anything else, Glim?
No. I only have one bonus action, and I'm gonna save that because I can only use it 4 times a day.
Gotcha. Alright, we are...
I end my turn.
back to number 1.
Hey, I
Who-
have that.
Runs in and sees Lyra laying on the ground, looks around, sees a spear on the ground, and then as it looks up, notices that Glim is actually a thing. So it is going to take stabs at the artificer, and miss, and miss, and miss again.
Nice.
You and your AC, Glim. I swear.
Yep.
Whoa. Didn't know I could do that on
Magic
Roll20.
tank.
Nahorn, you are up.
Okay, so, wait, is this one in front of Glim still there, or did it disintegrate?
It's a new one.
Or did I miss it?
You
I'm
missed
sorry.
it coming in from
I was trying
the
to
cells.
I was trying to figure out quarterstaff attacks. So I am going to take a jab at him with my quarterstaff, which is wait, where'd that go? +5. How do I do this? I guess I just do this. Whatever.
Oof.
God damn.
You accidentally slap yourself in the face.
So you attempt to slam your quarterstaff into the one that just ran into the room, and instead manage to stub your toe.
And take 100 damage, because that's how much that shit hurt.
Oh my God. No, I mean, like, my entire body hurts right now with the 3. No, I have more than 3. It's just 3 that I know happened tonight. Stab wounds, plus a needle hole.
The needle hole fixed you. It seals itself up after.
Oh, and then I'm gonna lean back against the wall and just be like, oh, ow. Take a moment to breathe. And that's my turn. I've got nothing else.
Lyra's going to succeed her first death save, and it's Nox's turn.
Still waiting for a spear, guys. That said, I'm gonna shoot Clay Gladiator 1 again. Actually, no, I'm gonna shoot Clay Gladiator 6 so that they can't shoot at, or they can't attack Lyra. I do this shoot. Wait, does Sneak Attack... I don't think Sneak Attack counts if the adjacent ally is unconscious, does it?
Yeah, since Lyra's down, that wouldn't be a sneak attack on 6.
Yeah. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll do the job.
I think so.
With a whole 11 damage.
Alright, your arrow flies true once again. and
Spear
where
remains.
it pierces the gladiator, the gladiator kind of supernovas into thousands of pieces, but once again leaves its spear.
Alright, I'm going to call out again. Just throw up those spheres when you're ready. And then that is my turn.
And Glim, you're up.
Okay, I am going to move over to Lyra, and I will eat the attack of opportunity. Or take it. I think I can make it over here.
Nom, nom, nom.
That is a nat 20 on the attack of opportunity.
Damn.
You were gonna munch down on that attack of opportunity. That is a whole ass meal right there.
That is for... Okay, 2, 4, 5, and plus 4, so 18, 16 damage.
Ooh, okie doke.
Oh.
And I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on Lyra.
Ah, well, she's
And
awake.
he is going to place his palm over his chest, and basically a shock of energy will come over. Lyra's a female. Yeah. Shock of energy will come out of Glim's hand like a defibrillator.
All right, so Lyra is now stable. Not awake, I
We're not
misspoke.
done yet.
Anything
So
else
just-
this
okay.
round?
No, I don't think so. Actually, yes. I am going to activate my, as a bonus action, I'm going to activate my defensive shield and get... Oh, how many temp hit points was it again? 1 second, please. Okay. Yeah, it says what the bonus action is. There we go. No, not the Thunder Gauntlets. Not the defensive shield. Okay, so I get 6 temporary hit points.
Alrighty. 6. Alright, and the final remaining gladiator is going to use its, or notice that after it hit you, Glim, that Nahorn is the closest target.
I knew that was coming.
Is going to hit the first stab for 7 damage.
Ow.
Alright, that is going to miss on the second stab and hit on the third for 11 more damage. But you're still up. And Nahorn, it is your turn.
Oh. I just realized that the wounded thing counts up to your... Got it. All right. I'm going to try again because I don't want to get stabbed again. So here we go. Let's try again. Drop it. Like it's hot. So 13 total.
That's... I disagree with FGU on that. I definitely saw a nat 20 on my screen. I don't know why it said 8, but like it was sitting there teetering.
It was like cocked, honestly. On my screen it looked cocked. And I was
That's
just like,
fair.
but
I thought that one on the healing was a 7.
Well, why don't you give that a
Or
reroll, because it was cocked to me too, at least, if not a full-on nat 20. So That's not any better.
Yay! 10. Does a 10 hit? No,
Uh,
probably not.
Actually, yes, it does hit.
Okay. And then because I have Shillelagh. Let me look at the wording of this. You can use spellcasting ability instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls. So I can use my spellcasting is intelligent. No, is it? It's wisdom. Wisdom. What? Is my spell attack? Okay, yeah, it is 3. That's what I thought. Okay, so it should be. I get. Oh my gosh, Shillelagh is like confusing me so much. Okay. Spellcasting ability, and the damage die becomes a d8. So, I grabbed it. Come on, 8. d8 plus 3, 6 damage. I mean, I know that any hit basically takes him down, so whatever. But
Yep. So your shillelagh quarterstaff shatters the final gladiator into, again, thousands of pieces. And when it disintegrates, none of them reform, and there are now 3 spears on the ground, littered at the places where those last 3 have died.
so is that now the end of combat? And can we just out of turn just be like, grab the spears and toss? Well, honestly, just carry them up. We've got to go up there anyways.
Yeah, we're out of initiative order at this point, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have anything? Spells. I have no healing spells, so.
I've got 2 spell slots left. Level spell slots.
I have an herbalism kit, but I only think that brings back from the. Yeah, it just gives you proficiency bonus to apply herbs. Right.
We might be able to do a short
an
rest.
herbalist kit isn't actually as useful as you'd think it would be typically.
Yeah, no, it isn't. It's literally part of being a ranger, so.
Right.
All right. Well.
We did it!
We did it! Time to
And
take a
only
long
2 of us
rest.
died.
What? Dying is a strong word.
This
Yeah.
is
2
true.
of us ran out of health. Which in most games
I'm gonna
is
grab
die.
all three.
Hey, you got
spears,
stabbed
that's the
back
word.
to life.
Huh?
All right. Yeah, you're.
Got stabbed back to life.
I did. I'm gonna grab all 3 spears with a very loud grunt of pain.
Glim is going to walk over and just examine the clay golems now that they're behind there. Just like the artificery behind them. He doesn't actually have to learn anything game-wise, but it's just with
That's fair.
why he's out adventuring.
That makes sense.
All right.
So he's just gonna wander over and just like take notes.
Has Lyra been healed or?
Yeah, Glim
we're
got.
just leaving her to die.
Glim got
stabilized her.
Stabilized.
She stabilized her, but like she's at 1 hit point, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stabilized actually still isn't up. It just means you stop having to make death saves.
Yeah. Which I think is like 1 HP technically.
Well,
I don't really know.
I wasn't that concerned with it. I wasn't going to kill her in her absence anyway. So, that'd be rude.
Oh, the secret to live forever, just don't...
Definitely made that death save. No. So is she still like passed out on the floor, or is she awake?
We'll just say she's awake for the sake of.
Oh, right. Okay, because I was like, I might have to toss these up and then drag Lyra up the stairs instead. But
So
I think
she's
that's
awake.
fine.
She's definitely feeling it. Not very pleased to be awake, but
I'm just gonna sort of like grunt and motion for her to come along with me. Oh, come on, really? I can't do that. I have to drag myself around the corner. There we go.
Fascinating.
I hand one of the spears to neck or knock. There we go.
Knock.
I got
Knock.
it.
Knock.
Yeah. Look, I'm tired.
Knocking on heaven's door.
I am on East Coast time. I am sleepy. I was up at 5 a.m.
that's rough.
Yeah, I took a nap, but it was kind of shitty, so it's fine. And then I go ahead. So I gave one to Knock for him to put it in that one, and then I just start to put it into this one. Put it into this one.
Knock is considered female. It's okay, we get both of our characters' genders.
Oh, yes. Look. That's what happens when you crossplay genders.
True.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I'll also put the spear back on this statue.
So you experience the same thing you did before, Knock, in that there comes a point where the spear will no longer go in any further, and the statue grips it tightly, and it seems locked into place.
Cool.
I assume everybody else. Well, Glim, were you still down there examining?
I've come
things?
back. I've wandered back up after a few minutes. I want to see what happens, or Glim wants to see what happens when the puzzle is completed.
Ooh.
So you
Just a brief look.
And now these ones come out. Just kidding.
So you experience the same thing that Knock has, as far as the spear slides in easily right up until the point that it doesn't. And Nahorn, you did the same with the fourth spear. As the fourth spear locks in, the pedestal in the north section of this room begins to turn on the spot, and you notice that an ornate stone cube corkscrews up from a hatch.
Well,
Give me a second, guys. Someone woke up.
Oh, that's rough.
Speaking of ornate stone cubes, I should probably put that other one in my equipment, huh? Or did I put it in my equipment?
They are typically potentially important things to hold on to.
Stone cube. Nope, I've got it.
Did it come out of this hatch right here?
Yes.
Gotcha.
The same one that you had investigated before.
Unless someone else reaches for it first, I'd like to approach it and take a look.
Naylor's just taking a break and gathering his breath.
You acquire a
we're good.
stone cube with carvings of a jaguar with 6 snakes coming out of its shoulders, fighting a giant frog. Each face is slightly different, not incredibly so, but it almost looks like it shows 6 scenes out of a battle.
We're good. He was crying in his sleep, not awake.
Not actually awake, then. That's good. And
People can do that?
toddlers are capable of all sorts of fuckery.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it's. We're pretty sure it's nightmares. He'll talk in his sleep too, or babble. His mom does the same, talk in her sleep.
Okay. So did we have? I forget if we had an idea of another one from who was it? Glim? You sent out the the attack drone or whatever, surveillance drone.
Yes. Yeah, he sent out the surveillance drone. I think he saw a couple places. Or no, I think it was Glim. The drone saw this one, and someone spoke to the animals.
I spoke
they
to
had
animals
another.
and I got directions, but not buildings.
Yeah.
I have the smaller animals avoid the north lest they die. So there's probably a thing up here. But honestly, I would love at least a short rest, if
Yeah,
not
that
a
would be
long one.
nice.
I take a long
I know
rest.
Glim
Would be
needs to
understandable.
re-up on spell slots,
Spells.
and I am
Yeah, you two are really important.
another toe stub away from death.
Yeah, Lyra
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on health, but I've used like half of my first level spells. I don't think I used any of my second. Only got 2 of those.
All right, well, let's find a not creepy lake
Can we not
to
rest
sit
here?
by. I mean, we could. I was just.
I mean, I'll be on lookout, so.
And I
My
can
brain gets turned off.
change my infusions as well during a long rest.
Oh, fun.
That's a thing.
Yeah. So,
Interesting. Artificers kind of belong in the druid cleric class as far as that goes, then.
yeah. Well, these are like the magic. The infusions are like how he turned Lyra's axe into a +1 axe.
Right.
Also, his little homunculus and his +1 shield he's got on.
Oh, is your little drone a homunculus?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Got it. Okay,
It's like
that's
a
expensive.
clockwork thing. No, I made it. He made it. That's why it's a bat.
Okay,
Because
so
he grew
it's-
up in a cave.
Okay, that's yeah. No, I'm just saying, like homunculus. The homunculus infusion is expensive. It's like 100 gold gem or something, right? Am I going crazy?
It's just a class feature.
I think you're thinking about if it's done through a certain spell versus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
this
just
is
a
just a
familiar.
class thing.
Yeah, it's basically a familiar. Oh yes, here's infused items. I can have 3 infused items. Where are my infusions known?
Yeah, no. Homunculus servant, a gem or crystal worth at least 100 gold pieces. That's what I'm talking about. That's the item you infuse. It's a gem or a crystal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I both don't think Nock qualifies, and also I don't think Nock would be willing to donate any of her, like, wouldn't be willing to donate her head to the cause.
Yeah. No, he can. I basically assume that if he changes it, he could basically just keep it. Yeah, it's worth 100 GP. We're like level 6. That's kind of not exactly pocket change, but it's not a lot at this level. But I could enhance someone else's weapon. Enhance another suit of armor. Or
Come on, map. There we go. And party was there. We're just gonna.
I've got the miraculous servant.
We use Glim as the marker. get this to function correctly. No, doesn't want to drop me a token on the map right now. Fine, be that way.
Why is this like this?
Have we
I'm struggling.
successfully completed a long rest?
Yeah, you rested inside, and nothing happened apart from achieving your rest.
Nox,
so.
what's your ranged weapon you're using?
It's a crossbow built into my arm.
Okie doke.
Why?
Do you want a +1 to it and get to ignore the loading property?
Is there a way to just like long rest on here?
Yeah, GM has.
Are we doing
Yeah,
long or short?
Okay, got it.
But
Oh, there it is.
what does loading property mean, and why have I successfully been able to ignore it this whole time?
It's,
loading is a property for crossbows, and you ignore it because your crossbow is part of you.
What does
Okay.
loading usually mean?
It means that you have to use an action, like you can shoot, and then you have to use your item interaction or some other action to put a new bolt in for your next shot.
Crossbows take a little more effort to reload than a bow.
Yeah,
But it's got that extra kick, so...
Well, and because your crossbow is literally your arm, you've been ignoring that anyway. So.
Gotcha.
That's fair.
I mean, I'll take the +1, but considering I have no use of the loading property, that infusion might be more helpful on someone else.
I mean, I can make us a bag of holding,
There it goes.
but I have 3 active, so I'd have to take out something we've got.
I mean, we don't have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're happy with the 3 current infusions.
Yeah, I think we're good at this moment. I don't necessarily need to have the +1 to the shield because I can get a second bonus attack with the offhand if I'm not holding the shield.
Also,
I mean, if you have nothing better to do with that infusion slot, I'll take the +1, but I feel like there could be some additional perk you could give someone else that would be better than just +1 on my 1 attack.
I mean, I can do that. I can give anyone a +1 weapon or +1 armor. I can make a bag of holding. Make my homunculus servant.
Take +1 armor if no one else wants to claim it.
I do actually. Side note on +1 armor. I apparently didn't have my armor equipped in D&D Beyond, so my AC in here is incorrect, and I don't know how to change that. It is actually
hold control and mouse wheel.
Control and mouse wheel. Yep. Oh, okay, got it.
I can make gloves of thievery or boots of elvenkind.
Whoa! Tell me about the thievery.
You've caught the rogue's attention.
That one I'm gonna have to look up, but I'm pretty sure boots of elvenkind give you advantage on stealth checks.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna have
Let's
to
see.
double
Boots
check
of elvenkind, your steps make no sound. Regardless of the surface you're moving across, you have advantage on dex stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
And what is the thieving gauntlets? Was it?
Gloves of thievery.
Those are invisible while wearing them.
Oh.
While wearing them, you gain a +5 bonus to dex sleight of hand checks and to dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Ooh, those are both incredibly helpful for my practice.
Yeah. Because I don't think we'll need a rope of climbing or goggles of night. I don't think we'll need to breathe water. Bags of holding are always nice, but not necessary.
We don't have enough gear yet.
I think the boots might be slightly more helpful, only because who are we stealing from here?
Yeah, that's fair. So during the long rest, Glim has already seen Nock figure out. Do you wearing boots, or is everything just like your body?
It's a part of me, yes.
Okay.
Do you just give me an upgrade? Like you upgrade my?
That's basically what he's going to do. Yeah, is here. Let me see your feet.
Weird,
He just takes
weird
out
proposal, but okay.
He takes out his little sets of tools, a couple of his arcane batteries, and his little paint mix it, kind of fiddles around with it, and is like, "All right, try walking around now. See if you're any quieter."
All right. I would like to roll stealth to practice sneaking.
Go for it.
So I get advantage now?
Yes.
Yep.
That's 26.
So you walk across the room, and nobody can hear anything as you do.
That's awesome.
Aha!
I give Glim a thumbs
Also,
up.
the moment has passed, but there was definitely a selling feet pics joke in there somewhere.
There was definitely a moment where it was like he said like the feet thing, and I was gonna make a foot fetish joke, but
I mean, I kind of alluded to the joke, but just moved on from that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That was like weird proposal, but okay.
yeah, that's how. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, but Nahorn wouldn't say it.
If we have any time later, I would love to study you. It would definitely. I'm sure it could help with the improvements to the next version of the arcane armor.
I would like to ask you to roll persuasion, if that's okay.
Okie doke. My charisma's a -1. And I am not proficient because Glim is a weirdo. That's a 14 total.
So, if Nock had a visible face, you would get the impression that Nock, like, squinted her eyes at you, just kind of looking at you, and says, "We'll talk about it."
Thanks. Really great to get some new inspiration. That's why I'm out here, after all. Hit a bit of inventor's block, you see.
I wish you luck in your endeavors, then. On that note, I noticed you healed the others with some sort of needle during combat yesterday.
Yes, he kind of just pops it out. A lot of my more lasting personal effects require attaching a device to someone's equipment, but this affects directly. Basically, fills you full of positive energy, healing your wounds.
And it is inserted through the skin, correct?
Yes.
Question.
It pinches a bit.
How would that help me?
Spell actually says it does not work on constructs.
Oh.
So it would not. Or at least spare the dying. I'd have to double check for cure wounds.
I think there's some sort of line somewhere describing War4s that, like, things that aren't supposed to affect constructs are allowed to affect them. Basically so that a cleric isn't totally helpless for a warlock, or for a Warforged ally. I think there's some line about that.
I can prepare mending. Since we're resting.
If that works as a workaround cure wounds for a Warforged, that's a really interesting solution because that's only a cantrip.
Yeah.
That
Very interesting.
So,
But I know Spare the Dying specifically says it does not work that way.
The Cure Wounds doesn't explicitly say that?
I am double checking that as we speak.
So there's nothing in Warforged that has them treated any differently for healing spells.
Okay. Then...
So in universe, what's your workaround?
God, Lim is smarter than me. It's really just...
Wait, I have a suggestion. I have a suggestion.
Okay.
You do on the spot, like that one blowtorch thing, and like, what's it called? Soldering, I think it is. You do on the spot soldering.
Do that. I mean, he also just can send different magical energies through palm circles, so I don't see why he can't do that through the healing.
But I think it's way more funny to imagine when he uses Cure Wounds on Knock, he puts down like the one face mask and takes out a blowtorch. I think it's a lot funnier.
Yep. All right, we'll go with that. He holds up the right hand, and this little, like, basically flame that looks almost like light just kind of pops up. But this one!
But I hope that doesn't hurt. I imagine it hurts about as much as the needle does.
I mean, it hurts when a doctor resets your... Oh, you wouldn't know about that.
No.
Sometimes healing hurts.
Be just, if you have to do that, be gentle.
Well, I'll be gentle. Don't you worry.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
This is the most erotic that I think a playthrough of Tomb has ever gotten since the time that I was a player in Tomb with a very rude DM. But we definitely had a bard that caught a very, very nasty STI.
Huh.
Just think back to the tentacles earlier.
Anyway,
yeah, let's move on.
Well, the first thought was, where did he get the STI? So far, the only living thing we've come across
this
is
was
tentacles.
this was actually something that occurred earlier in the campaign.
Oh, okay, yeah.
While they were still running through the jungle.
Got it. Oh my god. Anyway.
So there is I
Did
dropped.
The bard do the thing with a zombie gorilla?
Not with a zombie gorilla. Definitely got the party got cornered early by a group of like 20 warriors. It was basically TPK or talk your way out of it.
Huh.
And the bard was like, "Y'all look lonely."
Alright, let's move on now.
And needless to say, when you add that many new partners in a day, there's a high risk of...
Moving on, I said.
You said, but... Anyway. So you are right. We should move on now, however.
Thank you.
So there's a token of Glim dropped to represent the party just outside of that shrine that you're at.
Oh god.
I actually can't see it.
I remember the shape of it. Is it this? No.
Can you see it now?
It's down here.
No, like Glim Strip hasn't had an icon for me this entire.
Oh, that's weird.
I just don't know where on the map we are.
Okay, so you are... How do I... You see that arrow?
On the Omu
No.
Forbidden City?
Yeah,
is that
the
it?
player map of Omu.
Got it. I had the wall shape correct, but I went to like 3 other buildings.
All
But
More to the north of this one.
They all kind of look similar from the outside, so...
Yeah. Sadly, like, when we get back to this, we're all the way scrolled out again. So I'm like, I don't know where we were.
I see now, though.
And you
I
actually...
see, for Glim, it's just a green square, though.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I do not know why.
Okay.
Well, as long as you have something that's marks the party location, that's really the important
God
part.
damn it.
Yeah.
So, the only other hints we have are north or there's a number of Uan-Ti in the east.
Well, I
Which
can't
way?
help but assume there's going to be one of those cubes on that, and I point to the like
Ma-
pillar in the middle of the lava. It's too inconspicuous for there not to be one there.
For sure. Side note, is this like oriented correct? That up is north?
Yes.
There's probably a somewhere.
There's
Yes,
there's a
is.
compass
Okay.
rose in the top left.
Hello?
Yep, I see
But
it.
yeah, up is north, so...
Okay. So, I mean, that could be the Yuan-Ti that the animals are referring to. Could be there, or it could be that very inconspicuous building on a floating island. Well, not floating, but you know what I mean. And another location in the east. Do we want to head east first, then?
I think we should, if it's not unreasonable to get there, I think getting to the one in the middle of the lava would most likely be the easiest because we can.
We could
I don't know
follow
about you,
this
but
coastline.
Yes, I
Look
feel
at the
like
cliff.
it's pretty obvious there must be one there, so we might as well get that one.
All right. Shall we just follow this cliff wall here? Right. I mean, I'm guessing we noticed that there's a giant cliff.
Yeah. Everything's significantly more lit up in that area because of the giant pit of lava below you.
So,
I also don't know what you're expecting us to find going along the cliff. Like, there's not going to be suddenly a bridge that we see. I don't think.
I mean, well, we need to head east, so let's be on the eastern side
True.
and follow until we can get over there. Obviously, we cannot go directly there right now. There is a
Right.
boiling pit of lava.
Unless the homunculus can carry us.
No, it's like, it's a familiar, basically. It's like the size of a small bat.
Has it considered trying harder?
Don't think that's how it works.
Don't
Oh, I'm
think
out of
we
water.
get that
And I am sad. Where's my phone?
So yeah, I assume that we're going along the perimeter here then?
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
Sounds like a plan.
Until we find a
All
place
right.
to...
So you walk your way.
Oh,
Oh,
that was an interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what just occurred there.
that's
Ah!
from holding control and clicking and dragging.
Ah.
I gotta...
The
Apparently
entire
I have
world
to-
is red.
I cast a very
This
big
guy-
fireball.
The sun
I'm
turns
seeing
red.
red.
Superman falls from the sky.
Alright. So you move your way up the cliff face. Or, not up the cliff face, along the side of the cliff. As you make it to this corner here, you look across and you see that there's a river with a giant waterfall pouring into the lava. At this point, the river appears to be very fast moving and approximately 300 feet across.
Well, that doesn't help us any.
Although
Sure.
I'm heavier than water, but I'm still not sure I would feel comfortable walking across that.
Yes. It might be not instant death as, the boiling molten rock below us. But it would carry us there pretty quickly, I think.
Right, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, no.
There's a bridge that way.
Can we see that bridge from here?
From there, yeah, you'd be able to see. You'd be able to look across and see that there's something there. You're not sure if it's a bridge or not.
Well, we can go check it out then. What country?
Hmm?
Just a few more hours walking.
I don't think it's that big.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot tell.
So you walk along the bank of the river for a ways until you reach the spot that you saw, and you see a fallen tree bridging over the river ahead. Its trunk is wider than a man, and it stretches more than 100 feet across. On both banks lie ruined buildings.
I suppose that'll work.
And can I get a perception check from everybody, please?
Oh boy.
Hoorah.
We're in danger. That is a 21. Y'all can't see shit.
Grim notices.
Did I really just roll another nat 1 in one night?
I believe you did.
Glim is too busy staring at his notebook.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Honestly surprised he hasn't tripped yet.
That's what the armor's for. It walks for him.
Alright, so you all see this fallen tree bridging the river.
What do I see? I rolled a 21.
You see a fallen tree bridging the river.
Don't fuck with me. What did I see?
I'm not fucking with you. That's a big check, and a 21 didn't do it.
Oh no.
Well,
I guess what I would do is I would go over to the trunk and see if I can test how slippery it is or how sturdy it looks.
Okay, so you place 1 foot on the trunk, I suppose?
I would put a hand on it and
a
push
hand?
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you push down, and you feel that the wood's a little springy, but doesn't appear to be rotten.
Okay.
And then you look across the log and see that while there's some moss, that it appears at some point the river, whatever washed this tree to this area, stripped most of what would be making it treacherous.
Alright. In that case, I'm going to start to carefully not walk across, I'm kind of crouched down to try to catch myself if I were to slip.
lower center of gravity, too.
Yes, that.
Definitely helps.
Alright.
Should I roll acrobatics then?
Yeah, and give it to me with +2, since you're taking extra precautions.
That is an 18.
Holy moly.
So
rogue.
Not only that, but a rogue invented to be the sneakiest sneak to ever sneak.
Okay.
So
it's true, that's actually my backstory.
You begin to creep across the log bridging the river. And as you do...
Uh-oh.
You see... Oh, okay, well that's
Nothing.
fun. Well, no, you see
nothing.
You see a pair of arrows whiz by your head from one of the ruined buildings on the bank across the way.
Okay.
But as you look up to try and see where the arrows came from, you also see a tabaxi that manages to lose its balance and fall over the edge of the building.
Was that a natural one of some sort?
It was. And unfortunately for said tabaxi, he's just a little elderly. And
Dies on impact.
doesn't manage to grab hold of the wall and falls and breaks his own neck off the building.
Oh my god.
Ooh. I am glad that it's most likely obscured by foliage. That's probably gross.
This is a very...
Oh my.
What?
I didn't manage to lose balance or anything when I crouched though.
No, you were crouched with a significant enough check that you didn't lose balance, and the arrows weren't particularly well aimed.
Alright. So, since there were 2 arrows, did I get the impression that there were 2?
No, you got the impression
I only
that,
saw the tabaxi falling.
Yeah, you didn't really see where the arrows came from, but you did see this tabaxi fall and had a bow in his hand initially as he began to fall.
Well, I'm going to continue across while also having my crossbow arm raised in the general direction that the arrows came from.
Alright, so you make your way across the log over the river. With no further shots fired.
Hashtag fire.
And you find yourself on the east bank of the river.
Cool.
Alright, I guess Glenn will go next.
Alright, can I get an acrobatics check, please?
Yep, that is a straight roll, +0.
So you also managed to succeed with a relatively uneventful crossing of the bridge over the River Kwai. I guess I have to finish that because...
What are you doing, child?
Child?
My cat.
That's funny.
Well, hopefully not falling off of buildings after trying to shoot your party mates.
I mean, knowing cats.
Her look says she would have tried to shoot us. No doubt about that. Okay, so I guess my turn to try and cross.
And can
I'm definitely
get an acrobatics check, please?
I am going to definitely be using my quarterstaff to help steady myself as well. Hey, look, it's not a nat 1 for once.
Hey,
Got a 15.
Alright. So you balance like a tightrope walker, which for a character the size of Nahorn is more of an apt description than it should be. It is a large tree, but it's also a large Nahorn, so... and the party finds itself... Lyra follows just successfully, because the party finds itself...
See that roll.
I still haven't figured out how to make my rolls visible, like, naturally. But it doesn't really matter. The entire party finds itself on the east bank of the river.
Yeah.
How am I targeting myself? Anyways, sorry.
Just in case you need to do a facepalm.
Okay.
I would like to investigate that building that the tabaxi fell down from.
Okay, give me an investigation
if the party's
check,
okay with that, like.
please. Well, if that's...
Like, I don't assume I'm going there alone.
Oh yeah, no, Nahorn will accompany.
Although
Larlin,
If you want to sneak it.
Yeah, I could sneak it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings up a question. What type of terrain is this technically? Because I have favored terrain.
Jungle? I don't. It's kind of overgrown.
I have
urban.
forest and mountains. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
So,
forest.
yeah, I have forest and
I'd
mountains.
say, despite the fact that they are not biologically the same, forest and jungle would be interchangeable.
Yeah, I don't
In
think
D&D.
that jungle is separate for like this
Right.
favored terrain. So, oh, never mind. I can move stealthily at normal pace, but only while alone. So,
I'm going to speak with the party quietly, like those arrows that came out from that tower. I can go investigate quietly.
mhm.
Do I get the go ahead from both of you?
I'll watch your back.
Alright, I'll nod. So I roll stealth with advantage then?
Yes.
Alright. And then also investigation, or just stealth first?
Stealth first and then investigation.
Okay. That is a 19 on the stealth.
It's all right. You move quite silently.
And investigation. That is only a 10.
So you fairly easily find the body of the tabaxi that fell.
Did they have anything interesting on them?
And you notice that around the tabaxi's neck is a key on a rope.
Oh. I have a dagger, right? Yeah, I'll take out a dagger and cut the rope and take it.
Alright, you now have a key in your possession.
Cool. I'm gonna write down my equipment. Key from a dead cat.
Key from a dead cat. Alright.
You found a small key. It will only work in this dungeon.
Yeah.
We need to know.
Alright, what roll did you want me to give?
Another investigation roll. You'd be looking for... Assuming you want to look and see if you can find something that the key would go to.
Sure. Well, I assume I'm looking around the tower, at least.
Well, your first investigation roll was...
To find the dead body.
Well, was just to find general stuff. Now you have something more of an idea of what you're looking for. You know, something with a keyhole.
Yeah. Do you want me to reroll stealth as well?
No, your stealth's fine.
I only got 8.
So
I don't have inspiration, do I? I do not.
You look around and you don't see anything super obvious. That the key would go to.
Am I able to find some sort of entrance to the building, at least?
You do find that, I mean, they're ruined buildings. You could enter the building for sure. There's, just openings in the wall.
Alright. Because I would like to enter and climb up to the top. I've been protecting something.
Okay.
Quietly, though. I'm trying to be sneaky.
So you enter, you climb up to the top quite silently. You can see that something of an archer's nest was made on top of this building. So you suspect that that's where the shots were fired from.
Do I notice anything of interest or value here?
You do notice a small chest sitting near the archer's nest.
Ooh. I would like to inspect the chest.
It has It's a basic, wooden, iron banded chest, small in size, appears to be locked.
I would like to attempt to use the key on it.
You insert the key and open the chest. Inside, you find 5 vials.
Oh.
Let me see what color they are.
None of them is another dose of wyvern blood, right? Because I lost one.
It is
Or wasted.
not.
Alright, because that's one for sure I would
But-
recognize.
Let's see. This one is... It's 5 vials of a deep purple liquid. You also find enough gear to make an explorer's pack.
Ooh.
And 25 gold pieces.
Ooh. And you said I basically found an explorer pack?
Yeah.
Neat. Alright. I'm gonna hold on to the key, because I don't
Sounds reasonable.
It could be, sometimes keys are used for multiple things. Doesn't hurt to.
Small key must be used in this dungeon.
Well, what am I gonna do? Throw away the key?
I know.
Video game logic. The key just
It disappears after you use it. It's a small key. It only works once.
Yeah, it's a Zelda key.
The lock, all the chains just gone. I really like the giant lock on the boss door. Just poof.
Yes. Could I make some sort of roll to see if I can recognize the deep purple liquid? Or is it outside my expertise entirely?
Let's see, what are your... Because you're a thief, you might actually... Let me check here. What do you got proficiencies in? Whoa.
What the fuck was that?
Somebody's got a Dremel out.
Oh no, I'm on my phone.
Give me a medicine check.
Oh.
That is 6. I don't know shit.
Yeah, so you know that you have 5 vials of a deep purple liquid.
Ah. Alright. Unless anything else catches my